breastfeeding out in public, catching everybody's eye. With her brand new Orbit stroller and her probiotic smoothie. I hope was checking prices on that tasty vegan sushi. With that Adbusters mag and her artisan toast. She's always shopping local and avoiding GMOs. Scoping out the Lululemon if it line on her phone. Using Amazon Mom cause she's always on the go. Watching Girls on HBO really takes her back to the Bushwick parties and the vinyl stacks. She misses Cafe Grumpy and Brooklyn Label. But when she's back in Franklin she can never get a table. She remembers Luna Lounge where she passed out flyers for an underground band named Arcade Fire. Before Lena Dunham was successful and paid, Hipster Girl was on the L trying to find her way.
Well, Hipster Girl grew up and got her MFA. Married with a mortgage and an IRA. Hybrid minivan up in the carpool lane. But Hipster Mom is doing okay.
This may seem like a stupid question, but is breast milk vegan? Can I call you back in a bit? I have to Skype my lactation consultant.
She looks so good when she shops organic, cause she cares about her baby and the future of our planet. But life has gotten hectic now that she's become a mom. Though the charter school waiting list isn't all that long, and the Mandarin immersion that they offer every morning combines a bit of Waldorf and a bit of Montessori. And the rooftop playground has an urban petting zoo with recycled wood chips and a Manhattan view. Cause her Greenpoint sublet had to go. Bedford got too crowded and she'd seen enough shows. So she married a designer and moved to Park Slope. Found a nice brownstone and they took out a loan. And her Etsy store has been doing great since Ellen Page Instagrammed her diaper bouquets. Before the Starbucks down on Union sold soy lattes, there was Hipster Girl trying to find her way.
Well, Hipster Girl grew up and got her MFA. Married with a mortgage and an IRA. Hybrid minivan up in the carpool lane. But Hipster Mom is doing okay. Well, Hipster Girl grew up and now she makes it rain. Amber teething necklace that she bought fair trade. Vegan chocolate cake for baby's first birthday. And Hipster Mom is doing okay.
Did you hear Jessica had an elective epidural? It's like she doesn't even care about the health of her newborn. How basic.
No more TV on the radio, it's NPR, where she heard the interview in her husband's car with her ex-fiancé who had gone EDM. But ever since her wedding, it was hard to stay friends. And his Coed hoodie with the dragonfly, she kept it in her closet as the years went by. Who's Cry Tonight about? Asked Terry Gross.
A girl I knew in Brooklyn, we were once very close.
Well, Hipster Girl grew up and got her MFA. Married with a mortgage and an IRA. Hybrid minivan up in the carpool lane. But Hipster Mom is doing okay. Well, Hipster Girl grew up and now her world has changed. The vintage Slayer onesie has begun to fade. Still on the second page of 50 Shades of Grey.
Alright, everyone, how you doing? Sorry, I'm just finishing off a game of Axie Infinity. That's why we're waiting for this to start. Getting my ass kicked. Anyone who hasn't played, it's like a blockchain game. This is some of the things that I've been having a look at. Some of the governance tokens and things like that. But just checking out some of these blockchain games. Play Lost Relics every now and again on the stream. Do enjoy that. It's like a Diablo kind of game. But just having a bit of a look at Axie Infinity. Definitely don't do well in this game. I really didn't like it. It's like some weird like Pokemon style game. I never really got into it at the start. Now it's just grown on me since I can minimize it, and I sort of just like let it sit in the side. But you can earn like crypto from playing and stuff like that, so it's pretty cool. You get like daily quests when they bring weekly quests and things out like that. Might worth playing. Hey, finally won one. My ranking in this is terrible. If anyone wants to look, it's that bad you can't even see it. It's like 600 or something. But got leveled these guys up to 25, so we can do all the different adventures and stuff. Currently stuck at this one, but yeah, just sort of sits there and plays in the background. All right, so look at the charts. So let me exit out of Axie. So once that goes, it's going to need to put it back on the starting soon for us. I'll put this terms thing on first. Just to make sure I don't get sued. Just make sure. Just close a bunch of this stuff. Just close that. Close this. Close. Alright, I only got this stuff open. Let's get back. Main trading screen. Yeah, let's get a couple of viewers in. So it's up in the chat. Let us know where you're from. I might just get started. I'm just gonna have a look through the Binance futures tonight. So we got all the Binance futures. Might be missing a couple in here, but I'm just gonna go through the whole list. So let's start off with what's the first one now? Thought there was a new one. Alright, so we got Ave first. Currently in a long, not liking it anymore. Broke this trend. I had a redraw of it before. I was using the bottom of this wick, and it was still. I think I was just still trying to convince myself that it had stayed in trend. Might have a look at just moving this stop loss up a bit later, just below that previous low there. So if we do come down, and that just minimize the risk on this one. So someone remind me before we finish the stream to have a look. But sitting in this nice uptrend. We did make that higher high here, and just noticed before when I was just having a look at the trade. We got this bearish divergence. Same thing we had Bitcoin before we had that that drop when it was trying to have a crack at 20k last time. So making higher highs here on the chart, telling a very different story on the RSI. So might be wrong with this. Was happy to keep trading it up while it stayed in trend. Now it looks like it's broken. I'm just going to remove that one up. I'll jump on in a second, just adjust that stop loss. Leaves me with a 3% stop loss. So if we come lower than this, we've definitely broken trend, and most likely heading back down to sort of at least this area here. Happy to keep trading it up. Essentially, once it breaks trend, I'm looking to jump out, and we'll have a look at Biddy later, see how that's doing. But yeah, not looking the greatest. Let's have a look. Alright, what do we got? Adder. Alright, I've been charting this. Looks like another break as well. I can pull this probably back down a little bit. Maybe start wanting to go on wicks. It kind of tells a different story, right? I'm going to leave that as this because I think this is on the daily. Got that wick in there. So just watching ADA, looks to have sort of broken down. It just can't get past this downtrend. I'm just going to get rid of this. It doesn't really make much of a difference. We're kind of in that same spot that Ripple was in the other day. So this is on the perpetual. I don't know what the BTC chart looks like. The BTC, pretty much hasn't moved today either. So just sort of sitting here, sort of in the middle of nowhere now. Not looking for really anything on ADA until we get back above here, break that downtrend plus that resistance, and get back over this 50 moving average. You can see they've pulled apart quite a bit. So just watching, or else back down here, where the initial trade was. I must have been looking at this. I was looking at it at some point, looking to trade the break up here on ADA. Oh yeah, I remember it was this. It was sitting in this nice little squeeze spot that we've seen so many of these alts. Sort of they stay in this nice little uptrend, and they get squeezed right into that corner, pop out, come back by the retest, got back up to that previous high. Sorry, let's turn this off. So that was the initial trade we were looking for at some point last week. Obviously wasn't paying too much attention, but alright, that's about it for ADA. Got a fair few coins to get through tonight, so I'll be pumping through. So yeah, ADA, looking for break of this and then a retest, or I'm looking for back down to this, see what happens at this level here. If we start coming down here, we're going to start making lower lows, so market structures change, so high low, low low, high low, lower high, sorry, lower low. So that's kind of what I'm looking at for ADA. If it does come back down to there, I'm going to watch, because I think if it holds this area here, which we were looking at for, is it was it was such strong resistance for so long, it should hold reasonably well as support. And then sort of see what happens when it moves into this side of that triangle. So just watching. Nothing to trade. How's Ave doing? Might need to close this out earlier. I might do that now actually, but we just bring up algo. Just adjust that stop loss. What did I have it at? 83.528. There we go. Alright. Stop loss changed. Down to here. So it does look like we've broken this trend. Not happy to be in the long anymore. It's happy for it to keep moving up. Bearish divergence, no good. I think I just got a notification on yeah, I was watching this too. This is part of it. Wanted an alert on this, which is the BTC pairing of Ave. Making higher highs. RSI telling a different story. Broke that trend. Not happy to be in this trade once this trend breaks, especially with that candlestick pattern there. A nice evening star. Doesn't look like it's getting through this time, so just adjusted that stop loss, minimize the risk. And let's keep going. What are we up to? Algo. So I don't think I'm in any trades at all at the moment except for a Ripple. Short against a BTC pair. Let's go to daily. What's Algo doing? We can probably chart a lot of these in the daily if we see anything interesting. Jump into the 4 hours and lower time frames. So we've got resistance here. Plenty of touches. And where's our next support? Daily support. Like in this area. That's algo. On the daily, seeing if this support holds. We've had a few touches along the way. Bearish in the daily indicator though now. Let's have a look. and just sort of in this downtrend, right? Like on the smaller time frames. If I can click the thing, just not getting past there. So interesting to see what it does when it gets back to the trend here. If it does pop up and keep going and walking its way sort of along this trend underneath this resistance, and then see if we can get a pop up. But for algo, we might get a pop earlier. Not interested until we break up here, and even if we come down here and we break out of here, like there is a short back to that level of support, but how much is it? It'll be shortened from, you have to keep that pretty tight. I'm still getting 2.3. If we break out, you can probably short the retest back down to there. If this trend breaks, first take profit back at this nice little support level, or we just keep moving up. But algo does move a decent percentage, so you can probably get there in a couple of candles. Like you can see these candles here are probably 8-9%. So keep an eye on algo, sort of where we're looking. Let's go atom, death cross, not liking that. Still an uptrend. You want to see this head and shoulders though? Kind of head and shoulders. Let's have a look. If we draw that daily trend, and come back down to here. Alright, so we're still in the uptrend. We're still making, except for this, we had this pump up and then we had, change of market structure. It's like shoulder, head, shoulder, but now we come back up. So, but we're still holding this nice daily uptrend. We've been there for quite a while. Higher lows, always a good sign. But where we're getting stuck is there. Sorry guys. So we're getting stuck. So for atom, I want some clearer air. I think the thing with atom is there's just so much percentage gains. I remember trading this and you got to take like 3x leverage. These stop losses are always just so massive. They're still 20% back up to there. I'm not looking to trade that. Below that 50 moving average now. Go to the 4 hour, just making, holding this level of support. If we look at this smaller time frame, so we are holding this level here. But back below both of these moving averages, death cross incoming. Yeah, nothing I really like about it. Not interested in having looks until we get closes. But even here, like I probably want to be moving that box up a little bit higher, because even last time when we broke, when it did break that resistance, it came back and just got shut down here. We got resistance over to the left. Kind of sucks moving your entry point, or probably 10% or so from where we are now. It's still 30% away. But smaller time frames might be some things to trade on it. But I do normally trade the 4 hour. If we come back over here and we get to this, we go a little bit sideways and we get to this area here, would be a point of interest, because we've got the support, like the horizontal support here. And also got that daily trend support as well. So we got 2 lots of support. So trading that up would be something I'd look for, so we can get to this corner, just this first target, because you're still going to get 20%, and you can keep that stop loss pretty tight, because if it does fall out of here, might go a bit lower. So this thing, you got to trade 3x, because it's 17% loss, depending on your position size, of course. But something like that, you're still getting 2.45 to 1, still good risk reward. But this is the area here that I'm interested in. When we get that 2 lots of support, and by that time the 50 moving average would have come down. If it's getting stuck below it, it's going to drag it and pull it out of this trend before then anyway. So How long have we been streaming for? 20 minutes and we've got through 4 coins. This is not a good start, guys. We'll see how many we get through in the first hour, right? AVAX, brand new. Should we just not bother? Because of how new it is. What do we got? That's a daily. It's kind of stuck, just sitting in like a... Cool. What's this channel worth? Wow. 50%, eh? We come back down to the bottom of the channel. You know, you can... We've already had, you know, we got those wicks here. You keep your stop loss a little bit lower, but there's, you know, if we can get to the back to the bottom of it, I'll be interested in trading it back. Back to here, just because of, you know, this is what it's been doing so far. We break below that, looking at a, you know, a retest, we break above it, and we can start traveling higher. I don't know what this coin does. I've got no idea. It's only been on Binance since the end of September. But yeah, watching. Could just probably just trade this thing the whole way. Bow. Just not going to bother with this one, guys. Not really much to look at. Band. Nines. Everybody knows how much I love my nines on this channel. Alright, so this is our level of resistance. A nice support level below. This is pretty clean, actually, this chart. Having a crack at the top of this channel. Not the worst short in the world. From where we are now. %26 back. No leverage. Just going to chuck that on the whiteboard, have a look after. That hurts. Ignored. Get away from it. Let's jump down the 4. About to get that 9 as well. So like we had the daily 9 and then it topped out on the 4-hour 9. So daily 9, you jump in lower, tops out on the 4-hour 9 here. We're about to get that 4-hour 9 in 3 hours time. Back at that same level of resistance. Come over here, topped out on the 9, same resistance. Seems to be a reoccurring pattern with Band, eh? We're going to get that 9 in 3 and a bit hours. Might not be the worst short back down to the bottom. You know, depending on where the 9 starts, but like you're going to have to keep that at least there though. It's the only problem. Take it just before resistance. Still getting, you know, still getting 3 to 1. Just need to keep it above there. Just be wary about the wicks. Volume picking back up here, but it really tapered off. So it was like all this rising with this dropping volume. MACD's crossed right at the top of RSI. Might have a look at some more indicators, see if I can get some more indication. Thing is that it won't be it's not going to come out as my 9 until that unless it trades above that 5. So, and I might still be awake by 11 o'clock. So there we go. But it's not the worst short. Here, just I need to have a bit better look on the lower time frames. That's something I'm going to come back to. Have a look later. Alright, basic attention token. How are we doing? See, this thing was in such a really nice uptrend. Really peaked out on that 9s again. Let's have a look where we're at. So we got find some decent daily support and resist. Yeah, let's come back up to that resistance point. I got support here. It's like it just failed here with that 2 candle. Came up, had a pullback, and then really just failed to go any higher. And it's now stuck stuck under that 200 moving average too. So we're stuck right in between the two. Don't like trading this situation. I like being above both of the both those moving averages. And MACD's just crossed. Where are we at? Where are we at with this? Sitting on the 52. If that breaks down, you know, it comes bearish underneath there. Not looking good, but not looking to short either. Let's have a look. Just went bearish in the time indicator. We do have like heaps of like small levels of support. Like it's really jagged through that area. But you can see this channel still, you know, 11% to the downside. And about 13% to the upside. So I'll be more interested in buying this support zone than shorting from the top. And we've already missed the short anyway because we have already come up there and wicked in. So just watching bat. If it comes back down to the bottom area, I wouldn't mind having a look for a long. If we can get back down to here, that's where I'm looking back for a long. But already missed any sort of shorting opportunities. So just watching, see if we can get something to hold. Some good candlesticks or something like that around this area. But apart from that, not really much going on. Let's have a look at B-Trash. Did B-Trash have a fork? Anyone in the chat know if they had a fork? If it just happened? What was happening? Binance wouldn't let me short it not long ago on the BTC pair. Let's have a look. MACD crossing to the downside, never a good sign. Alright, support and resist. Let's have a look. Decent level of daily support here, especially and we got that resistance. So we are in no man's land. Don't really like trading B-Trash either. It seems to be it sounds crazy, but it's too volatile for my liking. It can just pump these daily candles, which are just ridiculous. And just doesn't really trend very well. It's sort of choppy back and forth. Again, topped out in the 9s, topped out in the 9 back at resistance. Alright, nothing going on with B-Trash. What else we got? I might skim through a few of these guys because we're already sort of halfway through. We might not be able to get to all of them, so I'm going to see if I can see anything that's reasonably interesting on the daily. And then we'll have a bit of a zoom in. If there's any coins anyone wants me to have a suss on, just to get my take, let us know. We got this dip out of that trend, but apart from that, it's been pretty consistent. BNB. Man, I'm sure this thing used to trade for like $60. I can't remember. I remember when it was like $3. You know, if it breaks out of here, it's gonna find support pretty quick here. But then, you know, get a nice little horseshoe. If it does break, it doesn't look good. This lower high here. I'm looking for a break, and then come back up to sort of where we are now, and that's the short. And then where have we got? We got that level here. We got a decent little fall here. If we do fall out, it's a good 16% if it does break. 18%. Definitely worth a look, but nothing yet. It's you know, it's that real choppy, horrible market structure where it's just, you know, keeps finding support, making lower highs, and then just randomly making a higher high and then making a lower high afterwards, like here. But you can see like it's really tried to break out and just got slapped back down instantly. Let's have a look. Oh, BTC. It's probably one we should be starting off with. Daily. How are we looking? How do you guys think we're looking? I am quite undecided. Still in that daily uptrend. Until that changes, I'm still bullish, but getting less bullish by the day. Just can't get past that 19.8. Can't get past. If we don't pop, the fall's gonna be pretty brutal, I reckon. So for me to be looking for longs, we need to come up in this corner. It needs to be above that. We need decent daily closes above here. So until we get daily closes above 20k, I'm not interested. Otherwise, here, next stop, probably next stop here. No one wants to see 14,000 BTC. Actually, I do. I don't really mind. I'll just buy some more with fiat. It's fine. Just keep topping up. But yeah, just watching on BD. There's not really much. It's going to be some really, if it does fall down, I think it's going to pull everything else pretty brutally with it. But there's just such good support at that 17k, and that's where it's going to have that little hiccup if it does. And we sort of might like ranging between 17 and 20k for a while. That would be quite ideal, and let alts have a bit of a run. All right, what is BRX? This is looking ripe for a short. Quietly. It's the only thing that would stop me. Like technically still in an uptrend. But we had that big 9 sell here at the top. I need to start paying attention to these 9s on these perpetuals. They actually work quite well on the daily. Holding this daily trend, but you've seen me come up, had a push, just failed to make a higher high. So we've just literally just fallen over. And you can see volumes just falling over. It's just like people aren't interested anymore. So this actually looks better than what other thing I was looking at. Currently sitting right on this, pretty much on the support. So what I'm looking for, where's our next level? Target level has got to be around, sort of around this area. We've got a little bit of structure here. Work. Support here. Got that resistance here. Come back tested. If we come back, what's it look like? Looking to break through, short the retest. Good 17%. But I want to clear that, come down first, and make sure that this area here that's quite decent support, making sure that this is broken first. So once that support gets pierced, it's going to come back and retest, and that's where I want to be taking a short. Chuck around the whiteboard 1 sec. Is this BZRX? Yeah, the more I'm looking at some of these, a lot of these alt pairs in the USD. The more I'm definitely looking for shorts. All the market structure is just quite bearish. A lot of them still in these daily uptrends, but like barely holding on. They're looking at the break of these uptrends, and that's where you want to be taking shorts. You got first profit here. If it does, if the trade does work, first profit here is 17, letting some ride down. You're gonna get 30-some% with no leverage. So on the way down, can also be quite profitable. Not as good as on the way up. Like you look at these spots here, you're getting 168%, but there's still plenty of money to be made on the way down. Just need to be keeping an eye out, but this looks ugly. It's looking for a reason to break this daily trend and start looking for shorts. Comp, however, what are you doing, comp? Big daily 9 on resistance. We've seen these in nearly every We've seen the daily 9s as reversals in nearly every single one of the other charts. Alright, we've been watching like daily 9 reversal. Do we have them on this one? Daily 9 reversal. Well, not really a reversal, but 9 reversal, 9 reversal, 9, 9. What we got now on comp, big 9 reversal. Market structure still good though on the daily, but the fact that it's got so much resistance over here to the left. Hey Hayden, what's going on, dude? Been a bit quiet in Discord, man. Hope everything's all going well. I've pretty much taken like a week off, been hanging out with my kid, going to theme parks and stuff. It's been awesome. Short break to the upside, and then retrace. Yeah, watching this. Let's have a look. Let's get into these. Oversold. Just starting to get there. I need a decent reason to be shorting this, but big wicks to the downside don't give me much. Don't give me much confidence in shorting. The fact that the hourly is just so oversold though. Things. I'm looking for a reason here, aren't I, guys? Not with those candles at the moment. The thing is, you got 3 hours to go. This candle here closes as a doji. I might have a look. We get a big bearish engulfing after that doji, and that's what we're looking for. That's what we're looking for, reversals. But yeah, the fact that it is in the 9 does make me want to short. Definitely one of the indicators I like, and it's about the only thing that's actually had a pump though. You know, everything's red. Find a green thing. It's like, hey, let's figure out reasons why we should be shorting. That daily 9 though. We'll come back next week. Let's draw this one in. That's what we're looking for. Gonna leave it alone. There's 2 other better shorting opportunities that we've kind of picked up already. We're seeing trends quite nicely with the 9s for reversals as well. So these 9s. What are we looking at? CRV. So we had that big push up, had a nice little retrace. We can probably run some fibs. Oh, here we go. Perfect. Beautiful pullback. Like the close on the 618, it did come back to the 786, which is not the greatest. Only just touched it, but come back up. Failed to make that. Failed to make a higher high. So we didn't even double top. Like didn't even get close. So there was still, you know, there's still plenty of wicks here that are past that 5 for me. So it looks like a fail attempt. Now back, but we're right in between these 2 moving averages. And it does trend pretty well. When it trends, you can see here, it really does respect the trend on the way up. Respects it pretty well on the way down. So if we're drawing this from here, we're sort of sitting right on that level of support now. What I want to see, if we're looking for a short, is a break down through here, and then like a retest, like right at that point. The retest right here, where it's going to have that that support that's just turned to resistance. Plus, it's going to have that downtrend as well. I can probably move that, you know, like into here, and we do sort of hang out here, get a break, then looking to short, because the good thing is, like, your target's going to be down here. Like it's got pretty clean air, a little bit of chop here, but you get into here and you can keep this stop loss so tight because you've got so much resistance. If it breaks through, you're wrong. So you can get some really good risk reward. 4 to 1s, always good. And back down to this, you know, this really nice support area here. So this is one I'm definitely want to have a look at. I'm going to chuck on the whiteboard. Just waiting for it to break this though, because I don't want to be shorting at support. That's just not what we do. Waiting for the break, comes down below both of those moving averages, comes back up, that moving average will move across. We get the rejection off that, which then pulls that in for the death cross too. So actually quite like this setup, just depending on if it can break, close below that moving average, come back and have a bit of a retest. Oh, that was a biddy. Yours at work? Ah, dude. I remember days of having to work all the time. It was fucking terrible. All good, man. Hey, let us know. We'll jump on for a Zoom, just us, man. Might bring Gab on too. He's been crushing it in Discord lately. It's been great. All right. CRV. On the whiteboard. Alright, Dash. My bags of poor Dash. Really don't want to pull them out of storage. That looks like a break. That looks like that daily is breaking. Dash is on its way down, I think, guys. That's not good. A similar situation, just sitting on that level of support. Once that does break, I think Dash is in some trouble. Nice market structure though. Come up here. Made this lower high, lower low, lower high. Need to make that lower low. So what we're looking for is this: is that confirmed lower low, comes back up, horseshoes, shorting off the lower high. And then back down to, the thing is, we got plenty of targets. We got one there. We'll be a little bit staggered on the way back down because we've just broken that trend. But they're still like 10% with no leverage. But I think this is the case for a lot of these. For a lot of these alts. Is my AVE closed out yet? No, we're still back at. Still sitting on. Yeah, that's not looking good. I might just close that out in a sec. Alright, DeFi, I don't know what this is. Again, same kind of stuff. There hasn't been that much movement this week at all. It's like a bit of an ugly trend line, but there's just not much. Like, it's just got that level of support here, or resistance that just can't get past. And if it just, we're just waiting for like a lower low here, and then a comeback and the same kind of thing. But had that big run up, big dump off, had the rally back, but just sort of like you can see the volume here is really tapered off too. MACD, like sort of just. Now we're crossing back over. This actually looks like a reasonable short now. I'm looking at it more. It came back and hit the 50, rejected back off that on the RSI too. It actually looks reasonably decent. We get a break. Where's that support? That's our level of support. It needs to break that. It creates a new low. Come back short the retest in this area here. Yeah, it's going to be the same story for a lot of these guys. That's what I'm looking at. Let's go to the day so we can find something that looks a bit different. Doge. The thing with Doge and the tether thing is like, what's Doge at the moment? What are we? 18 sats. Oh, this was that. Anyone here like last year for that TikTok in July? That's crazy. Everyone on TikTok trying to make Doge go to $1. Hilarious. Came back down, held that, and then just broke out that box. I haven't charged this thing for ages. I did have a bag. I sold some up around here after that TikTok thing when we couldn't get. I thought the next push was coming. But yeah, Doge, historical low, 17 sats. Breaks my heart. But what I'm looking for here is like the thing is, at some point, Doge is going to have a run, right? Like Doge is going to have like 130% run. Which means, like, let's say we had that run now. Like this thing's going to have to go to at least here. It's not going to happen while Bitcoin dumps like stacks, but we're going to see this like pump at some point. And the people that have been getting in like down here are just going to have these absolutely insane longs. They're just going to have like such a giant, like just an absolute giant percentage. And that's with Doge, what going to... I've been watching it and trying to find a long. That's with Doge going to sort of like, 39 sats. Let's not go on there. This is one thing I've been trying to find is a long entry from Doge. Oh, when was this? This is back in... I've been charting this thing forever. Back on the Bittrex. So like Doge is, traded up to 188 sats. Yeah, it's a meme coin, whatever. But essentially, I think it's more, it's probably more decentralized than a bunch of stuff. But we're looking where we are now. Oh, look at that. It's really just long. Look at these just sweet waves of Doge. Get in 18 sats. Get out of 80 for... It's a nice little 400%. Do people still mine Doge? Yeah. Never a bad spot to buy Doge, guys. I might have to go grab myself another bag. Just never a bad spot. 18 sats. The community's so big behind it, I don't think it's ever going to go to zero. Not a bad spot. I might go grab myself a bag. Alright, what are we up to? Sidetracked, only up to the D's, and we've been streaming for 58 minutes. Dot. Big 9. Daily. Again with the peaks and these 9s. Not much happening though. Dot. A level of support coming up. That doesn't hold. We are heading back down. These 9s everywhere. Tops of every run. I don't think there's much here. No. Resistance. Need to close below. Already getting pretty low though on the MACD's crossed to the downside. Already pretty low on the RSI. I don't like trying to find short things. Like even if that comes down and breaks, like we're going to short that retest. I don't really want to. We got support back here. I'm just going to leave dot alone. US. This looks a little bit more interesting, but no, it's not really going to work, is it? I was watching it and I was like, that's not going to fit at all. Alright, so we got a nice level of support. And come back down to here. In between those two moving averages here, market structure, it's not making lower lows, but it's making lower highs and just consistent lower highs getting stuck below this. Which if it doesn't close back above that 50 moving average, it's just going to pull it into a death cross at some point. So not interested in this. You know, there's possibly a little trade from the bottom of here, but you kind of counter trend trading, and it's only for 7%. So, same go. It's classic. I think a few of these can look the same. Ethereum, looking good, healthy. But one of the only things that is, you know, very bullish on ETH. For the near future, just, you know, kind of double topped up there. It'd be healthy for it to come back down to this moving average. Had a bit of a pullback. You can see here on the daily making higher highs, a bit of divergence on the RSI. So coming back down to this level here, around about the 480. Definitely looking for buys. Don't want to short it down to it either. So I don't want to be shorting down to this area here, but around about that 480 mark, if it can make its way back down, we're looking for longs around there. IOST. No, there is nothing there for me, guys. Sorry. Plenty of 9s at the top. Sort of double top there. Not really much going on. Carver, pretty much dead. Pull back to the 618. Can't really pull back to the 38 with just a giant evening star. Look at that. Just a huge wick to the top. I think it's no good. Not going to touch it. Link. Still holding that moving average. Just continues, Link. Again, 9, take profit. It's just sort of sitting in this little trend, alright? It has popped out of it, I know. But if you ignore these couple of candles, like, just how clean is that market structure? Going back to here, like, looking for a long isn't the worst. Isn't the worst back up to the top. The only problem is that because this run here, that came back so high, you know, it's now making new market structure, and it's below both those moving averages. Where like here it was sitting above those moving averages. So for me, like, I honestly don't want to be taking that long. Like, this market structure was nice, you know. Didn't make a lower low, still made a low, made like a slightly higher high. Had that nice pullback here, higher low back up, and then just got dumped. Yeah, wow, 30%. So I'm looking for a break. But even if we're looking for a break, do we really want to be shorting it into that as a sitting right on support at the moment? We've got these. The good thing is we've got these nice, like, crisp tops that we're looking at for. Oh, this chart is getting way too messy now. You guys can sort of see what that. It's messy. Let's make this channel a different color. Alright, so the channel that it's sort of sitting in is blue. This is the support, and this is our current trend. What's that? We're sort of just crossing now on the MACD as well. Not looking good. Death cross sort of been coming. The only problem here is if it does fall out of this channel, you know, I don't want to short it straight back to here, because it's going to have this, like, it's going to have really strong support. It would need the break of that, honestly, for me, and I'd be just waiting for that. You know, if we can get that nice clean change of market structure like we had there, looking for the short from this sort of area for me. targeting. Get that nice distinctive lows here. You know, really nice support. And honestly, you could probably keep that a whole lot tighter if it does break through. There's a good 17% on the way down. But yeah, this little area here is not giving me a whole lot of confidence at the moment in Link. Look, 5 minutes left. See if we can find something else that's good. Litecoin doing pretty well. Maker, Neo trends well. Not the cleanest of trend lines. But you see here in the daily, had that nice run up. It's just had that failed to make that higher high. And it's just sort of sitting. You know, we probably need a bit more information to see where we can put this trend. I'd like having at least 3 touches. But sort of Neo, see what it does when it comes down to that corner. But we're gonna have support there. Some really nice daily support in this area here. So if it does break down, it can go a little bit. You know, it might move a bit sideways, but shorts below here. Then we're starting to look at, you know, pretty cheap Neo. Oh, wait a minute, this got back up to like 26 bucks. I bought some ages ago for like $4 a pop. Must have been a long time ago. Not that long ago, but yeah, when I got them, they were like $4. Maybe like 6x. Didn't even realize. OMG. No, I'm not gonna bother. ONT. This thing trended quite nice. It held that trend for ages. Come back, I just couldn't. It just. The thing is, like when it came back up, like that's when I would have taken my short. But it got back into that trend for a little bit. But it's just, I think it looks dead. Just nothing there. Just sort of holding this. We're back in this downtrend in this channel. So a bit of watch. Quantum. Not really much going on. Again, same thing. Had to rally up. Couldn't make that high. Above both moving averages though, which is nice. A lot of coins are sitting between the two or they're below both. So when it comes back here, we're going to hit that level. We're going to have another level of support. We can get a couple more down, and then it's going to have those moving averages too as a as support. So it'd be interesting to see on the smaller time frames when quantum comes back to this area and see what it wants to do. It's been a really good historical support. Just gonna have a bit of a watch. Alright, RLC. Alright guys, one more coin. That hour. If there's anything anyone wants me to have a look at, hit us up in the chat and I can have a quick look before we jump off. I was going to play some Lost Relics, but I'll see how I go. I might just put it on the middle screen for a little bit. Might go have a couple of runs of Lost Relics. I don't really have too much other stuff to do. Just don't want to keep talking for more than I have to. My throat will get sore. Sushi. Fuck me, eh? Who would have thought that this thing was just going on a giant bullish run? I thought I was going to be able to short this thing into the ground. Honestly, I don't know enough about it to be making those kind of comments, but yeah, sushi. Just sitting right at that resistance. Honestly, it looks pretty bullish. You start getting decent closes up here. Like longing sushi might be the thing. But look, if you look from the bottom, like it was 48 cents. Now it's $2. It's done like 300% in a month with no leverage, which is just fucking insanity. But market structure just looks good. It comes back down. Like if it comes back down to this trend, we get some decent candles. I might buy off that trend. Nice sushi, eh? How's that divergence going? It's definitely there. MACD's about to cross. Can't get past this resistance. Honestly, I'm just trying to find reasons for me to short sushi because, for being honest, I don't understand yield farming and all that and all that kind of stuff. It just seems a bit insane to me. I'm sure there's people that would disagree and are super bullish on sushi. One of my mates tried to get me to buy a meme a while ago, and I was like, nah. And the thing just does like insane percentages, and I'm like, yeah, I should have listened. But get a bit of divergence here on the 4 hour. On the 4 hour, how was it like on the daily? Same deal. Kinda. It's definitely more prevalent on the 4 hour. Just went bearish. There's just so much percentage gains in sushi, isn't there? Like 20% everywhere it goes. I'll have a watch on this, see if it comes back to trend. But I'm liking the I'm not liking this here. For anyone watching Divergence, it's making higher highs on the chart, trending upwards, making lower highs on the RSI. Just sort of conflicting information. All right, one more chart. It's always one more. Theta. This would be a good one to watch. Actually, have a look at. Big daily nines with wicks to the upside. Hasn't done well so far for Theta. Looks like a bit of a flag, though, doesn't it? We're kind of getting like this channel just looks like a nice little flag before it comes up, but it just has to. Man, this thing was. Holy shit! This thing was trading at like 20 cents in August. So you could have bought this thing for 20 cents in August. Actually, I thought it was $7, don't worry. This is why I only go for an hour, guys. I was like, this thing's done 20 cents to $7, fuck me. Just watching, need a break either direction of this thing, but it does look like a bit of a flag, doesn't it? Like we come up, nice flaggy out sideways, and then pop up to the top, up to the upside. Anything else? I think that's it, guys. We got to the T's. We got pretty close. We'll just have a quick little scan. See if anything eyeballs out. Waves. What is Waves doing? This thing is something that's done. $2 to. It's done 400%. Beware of the nines. Daily. Stella had the pump, just couldn't, had that pump with a nice little golden cross. Just hasn't been able to, find its way since then. And if we look, Hader, if you're still around, I think that's what we were looking at the other day. We drew it when we were like here, and I was like, it's just gonna wiggle itself right into the corner, and then make its decision. So this would be good, mate. If it pops up, I'm still not keen until we get after here and create that nice new market structure. So it'd have to be, break, test, come back, and then create that new market structure with that higher low. But honestly, what I'm expecting to happen is it to break down, come back, horseshoe, retest. And the thing is that you can probably short it right down to here, and there's going to be so much percentage. Back down to here is going to be like 35%. So just waiting on this one. But even if we do break up, man, I don't really want to be touching it until we're like either buying this, like if you get like a nice like morning star or a big a really nice like doji or something like that, or a big hammer on the 4 hour, and it's lining up to say it's we come back from here, break that, and we get like a real nice hammer on that 38 that actually lined up perfectly. Couldn't have drawn that. I think it's bad, but I can probably nearly see the 38s without actually charting them up. But that's what are we looking for, and you get like a nice hammer on that 38, and then you can probably trade from here. But for myself, I'm looking for this to be clear, because you pretty much got clear skies. There's like a little bit of chop here, and then you got your double top, but if you're getting the trade from in that box, and you're trading even just back to the top, it's 17% with no leverage, which is plenty. Plus you've already cleared it. But yeah, just watching, see what happens if we come down and break down. Cool, definitely good for a short. I might look at Ripple. Everyone is probably wondering what this thing's doing, and honestly I don't know. In the same boat as Stellar, needs to break that. It's got to make its mind up in the next couple of hours, to be honest. I'll know tomorrow what Ripple wants to do. But here's like, even here we're going to run into resistance. If we break up to the upside, we're going to run into resistance pretty much straight away. So it's the same kind of thing as we were looking at with Stellar, where it's the if we get the break, we're going to hit resistance right there. We're looking for that nice pullback. We are changing market structure, nice pullback to the 38 fib or 50 fib, or whichever one we're doing, and then higher. But I'll look for longs above this when we start closing, but I want to clear that resistance. Otherwise, come back down. We're probably going to find a bit of support there, but once we've broken this level here, that's where my short would be from. But just waiting, like I've been doing for like a week. We've just been waiting on trades. There's been nothing to really trade. Everything's been quite boring. So, alright guys, thanks everyone for hanging out. Do appreciate it. If you're not subscribed to the YouTube, I do videos every day. Just a quick recap of things I'm looking at. So we'll come back and have a look at some of these coins. Just leave them in a list and we'll go through and have a look at them each day. Normally only do a 10-minute video or so. 10 to 12 minutes. Keep it pretty quick. Just having a look at anything that's really standing out. Watching this dominance chart, and it looks like we are not going to break down. We're going to stay above this moving average, and we're going to head back up to the top of this little channel. I remember we were trying to play with this morning. That looks a bit better, so it might be heading up to that channel. So market structure with this is still bullish. It looks like a big, huge, just extra long bear flag. But until this changes, pretty bearish. This is just an example. Anyone who's still on, Hater, if you're around. This is what I posted up in on Discord. Oh, the Discord, we looked at this last week, and we're waiting for that. This looks a lot like what that that Stellar, the XLM trade was looking at, where it was just sort of it was figuring out which way it wanted to go. Normally these do break down when you get these big triangles, but sometimes they break up. So I was just waiting on Ripple for the break up. If it did, sweet. If not, breaks down. This is where we're looking to short. We got the short pretty quick in here. It's sort of just sitting at the moment. Hasn't done much. We got about halfway there. I think we looked at the video this morning where my trade probably should have been here above those wicks for the stop losses, and that should have been my target, to be honest. Still getting 3.85 to 1, which is actually more than I'm getting here. So I would have made more money and already been out and have won this trade, except I'm still in and just holding. But alright guys, see everyone next week for another live stream if anyone wants to hang out. I'm not going to play some Lost. I might play some Lost Relics, but I'm not going to stream. I can just turn it off and listen to some music, because I've got to sit here in silence while we do these. So, right, everyone, please hit the subscribe button. I'll let you know when I'm going live next, but it's mostly on Tuesday nights between 7 and 8. Then I go jump off, and I do watch another market scan with NBA. Shambo's up, so I'm going to go check it out.